Hello there. Thank you so much for visiting me here at ErinLanahanMethod.com. For those of you who don't know me, I am an alignment and flow coach, and I just love that name. You know, as a coach, there are a billion things that billion different ways we could describe the work that we do. And so I personally like to have fun with it. And right now, what I'm really into with my clients is helping them line their life up and their choices and their actions and their feelings with the dreams and the desires that they have. So I am an alignment and flow coach. I will help you align with the desires that you have, right? You know, like when you feel something so innately inside of you and you know that this is something that you're meant to experience. It's something that you're meant to fulfill. It's something that you're meant to have. And then there's that part of you that feels sort of bad about that or frustrated about that or a sense of a lack of fulfillment because something inside of you is telling you that that's too hard or that's not possible for you or you can't have that. And so that is what I'm talking about. So when you are in alignment with what you desire and what you know feels good for you, what you like, what you enjoy, what elevates you, when you're in alignment with that, you will feel good. You will feel light, you will feel energized, you will feel a sense of vitality, you will feel a sense of radiance. And when you're not in alignment with that, so certain thoughts can take us out of alignment with our desires, such as limiting thoughts, thoughts we've been practicing or rehearsing for a long time that were probably not even ours to begin with. We pick them up somewhere that say, you can't do it, this is too hard, this is impossible, who do you think you are, blah, 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 right? And those thoughts take us out of alignment. And you know when you're out of alignment from what is truly the truth of you, right? When you are out of alignment with the truth of who you are, when you are out of alignment with your core desires. So your core desires meaning your soul desire, your inner being, your higher self's awareness of what you are here to do and be and have. When you're out of alignment with that, you'll know it because you will feel like crap. You will feel bad. You will feel poopy. You will feel blah. Right? You will feel off, right? You will feel depleted. When you are in alignment, you will feel a sense of overflow. You will feel energized. You will feel in the flow. That's why we call it alignment and flow, in the flow. So I want to talk to you a little bit about something I'm offering, and I'm really excited about this. In fact, it's my first online program, and I've been working with clients around the world online for many, many, many years, since probably 2008. I believe that's the year that I started working with clients in this capacity. And I've worked with my clients in group situations, one-on-one situations, and I've really paid attention. I've really listened. I've really paid attention to what my clients, what they are challenged by, what their obstacles are, what works, what works for them, what is the thing that ultimately changes everything. So when they come to me and they have a dream or they have a desire, and this can be anything from wanting to line up or experience optimal health and well-being. This can be anything from calling in, the love of their life. It could be shifting their career from possibly being in corporate America or, to having their own business, or perhaps they already have their own business and they're just looking for a sense of more thriving, right? Of more thriving. And so I've really paid attention to what my clients talk about and what they share about. And what I have found is that it requires certain daily practices, and it requires a certain mindset, and it requires a certain level of awareness and willingness, of course, to do the work for us to stay in what I call alignment, right? So we all are, I'm assuming you are similar to me in that you'll relate to what I'm about to share. So in the past, we may have been used to really like pushing and forcing and making things happen. And that works for some people more than others. And for some people, they can maybe go their whole lives operating like that. I personally am not somebody who can operate like that. I tried for a really long time. And what I find, even if it is working for some people, ultimately there is always a sense of feeling depleted that they get left with after that, right? There's a sense of maybe not feeling quite totally fulfilled, or feeling like you're running around and you're doing all this stuff, but you're not really understanding what's the point of all of it, right? What's the point of all of it? Because you're not totally lining up with the truth of who you are, and you're more operating from this kind of, if I take all the action and I do all the things, then I'll experience what I'm really wanting to experience. And what I'm really saying here, and what I want to invite you to do, and this is what I see creates the biggest shifts for us, is when we are able to get crystal clear about what the desire is that we are having, and getting crystal clear about what the fulfillment of that desire feels like, what the fulfillment of that desire feels like. So this is manifestation 101, right? How to manifest the life, or actualize the life, or create the life that you're truly wanting. And when we say it's a life that you're truly wanting, I feel like sometimes that's cliche and we hear it all the time. What I mean by that is to create a life that is totally in alignment with the truth of who you are, right? So meaning like the decisions that you're making, and the choices that you're making, and the actions that you're taking, and the relationships that you're engaging in, and the environments that you're putting yourself in, and the situations and the circumstances that you're cultivating and engaging in, and sort of intertwining in, that all of those things ultimately are aligned with the truth of who you are. Now, for most of us, that shift isn't going to happen overnight, but it does start to create pretty miraculous shifts right away. As soon as we start becoming aware of this, as soon as we start aligning, as soon as we start aligning more and more with the desire that we hold in our heart, with the desire that we have in that inner being, higher self, soul part of ourselves that actually understands the bigger picture, right? But the fact that our smaller self, our sort of more human self doesn't quite get it, doesn't quite get what's truly possible, right? We find that we get caught in between what our inner self knows is possible and then kind of what our conditioned mind thinks is possible. And we keep rehearsing those limiting thoughts over and over and over again. So if we learn how to rehearse a different kind of thought, a thought that actually is expansive, a thought that opens us up to new possibilities, which means these are thoughts that align with something that your inner self already knows, that's when you're going to experience an overflow and a profound sense of momentum and energy and fulfillment and radiance and vitality. And this is what I want for you. So whether you are wanting to experience more flow in your intimate relationship, or you're wanting to experience more flow in the money that you experience, or the abundance in your life. And abundance is a lot of things, right? It could be our finances, it could be our money, it could be our income, but it could also be the abundance that we're experiencing in our relationships. Are our relationships mutually nourishing? The abundance of the beauty that we get to experience in our environments. And I can personally say for myself that I have created for myself a life where there is abundance everywhere. The abundance is, I am reminded of this every day, all day. Number one, because I choose to seek it out. But number two, I made a conscious decision, right? That's how I wanted to experience my life. Another way that we can experience abundance is an abundance of healthy, beautiful, loving thoughts about ourselves. An abundance of supportive, encouraging, fulfilling thoughts about ourselves. Like, just imagine that for just a moment, right? So a lot of us are kind of having a mixture, right? Some have more negative, more discouraging thoughts than they do encouraging or uplifting. And I think, if we took the average, there's a mixture, right, of the two. But imagine yourself moving through your life, navigating through each day with the ability to choose the thoughts that you're thinking. Meaning that you aren't a victim to thoughts that arise that make you feel bad about yourself, that hijack your mission and your goals, that cut you down or block you or stop you or make you procrastinate or make you feel fearful or insecure about what you're doing, right? Imagine if. And I'm not saying that those thoughts maybe will completely halt. I mean, ultimately, I think they will for the majority of people who choose to keep practicing the new thought, right? But imagine what that would be like for just a moment. If throughout the day, you knew that no matter what was going on, you could absolutely choose to only think the thoughts that line you up or align you with well-being, with joy, with love, with success, with expansion, with pleasure, with intimacy, with community, right? With connection, with creativity, right? You could actually choose this for yourself. And in a sense, you could start guiding the ship in a more conscious, in a more deliberate way. So we become a deliberate creator of our lives. So we're already creators. It's just, are we creating deliberately, or are we still operating from that place where we're not fully taking responsibility for the power that we have in the co-creative process that is our life? So that's a mouthful, but I really just wanted to, share with you a little bit about why we're here right now, right? Why this page is here, why this program is here, and why I'm so excited about it. You can see me, I'm kind of almost jumping out of my skin because this topic of conversation is so near to my heart, because I have seen it create such incredible shifts for people in their lives, including myself. So I want to tell you a little bit about this. So Find Your Flow, it is a 4-week online program. Now I say 4 weeks because I have created it that way. There are 4 modules, meaning I'm suggesting that as you start to download this material, once you purchase and you start to download this material, I suggest just doing 1 module per week, because with each module, I'm going to talk to you about what is alignment and flow. What does it feel like when you're in the flow? What does it not feel like? Or what does it feel like when you're not in the flow? How do you get in the flow? How do you get into alignment? How do you stay there, right? These are the things that we're going to cover throughout the 4 weeks. So I want to make sure that you're receiving the information and then you're doing the practices that I'm suggesting. But by all means, do it your own way. You're welcome to do it all in one day. You're welcome to do it all in 1 week. I'm going to trust that you will make the decision that is best for you. But my suggestion and my recommendation is to do 1 video per week and to do the very simple practices that I've given you, and to use those practices to really start to integrate and experience what I'm talking about, right? Because it's one thing to hear something, it's one thing to intellectually understand something, and it's another thing to really get something, like to know it in your being, right? To experience it. And I want you, my intention, my vision for this program is that you begin to experience what it's like to be in the flow of life. So instead of feeling like you're swimming upstream all the time and burnt out and using too much energy and not really getting anywhere, I want you to experience what it's like to actualize your dreams and desires, to have new opportunities and the right people, places, and things showing up in your life with total ease, as if by magic. And the thing is that a lot of people might say to you, oh, well, that's not possible, right? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And you know what? I just think that's a load of crap. I just think that's one of those thoughts that if you keep rehearsing it, it will become a belief, because you will then begin to experience the thought that you're having. So I am all for starting to think the thoughts that are actually going to keep you on track with what you're really wanting. This does require discipline, right? This does require a bit of an openness, an open-mindedness, a curiosity, if you will. So this program isn't for everyone. This program is for people who know in their hearts, who know, in their beings, that there's a better way, that there's a way to experience incredibly profound, tremendous amounts of joy, right? That it's not dependent upon what's going on around us, but rather how we choose to respond to it, right? That's what this program is for. This is for people who want to do big things in the world, fulfill what they want to fulfill, whether that's being the best mother or the best father they can possibly be, or having a global impact in their companies or their businesses, or activism, or whatever it might be. Or perhaps it's really, you're wanting to do all of that, right? You're wanting to do all of that. So this is really about, if that is what your inner being or your higher self is truly wanting for you, then all you have to do is align with that. And as you align with that, meaning you bring your thoughts into alignment with that, you bring your choices into alignment with that, you bring your actions into alignment with that, and then you begin to experience the ease and the overflow and the joy that comes when you're in alignment and when you're in the flow state. So I'm so excited to invite you to do this program with me, Find Your Flow 4-week program. And there's some extra fun resources and things. I've given you all kinds of resources and tools that you can be using to help you get into the flow, to find what your practice will be for that, to find what being in the flow for you really means and what that really feels like, and giving you the opportunity to really explore this for yourself, to experience more empowerment, to feeling more powerful in your life, feeling more empowered, feeling like a deliberate creator. So feeling like you're the one that gets to call the shots, and all of those thoughts that are usually sort of in the driver's seat, taking you away from what you're really wanting and experiencing that inner turmoil as a result, that you get to say, I see what's happening here, and I am going to redirect. Right? I'm going to get this car back on the road, right? Heading towards my desire, not away from it. So that's my wish for you. That's my hope for you. If you are feeling called, if you are feeling intrigued, if you are feeling inspired, if you are feeling interested and you want to know more, I would absolutely feel honored to have you come into the Find Your Flow program with us. You will have the ability to comment and be a part of the community that's there, also registered, doing the program. And so I will be there with you if you have questions or you have comments along the way. You'll have my email, and you'll also be able to comment and ask questions in the actual membership site, which you will get access to when you register. So thank you very, very much for being here. I am excited and honored to offer to you the Find Your Flow 4-week program. And I cannot wait to see what kind of changes and profound shifts and excitement and joy and love and expansion and success and overflow and abundance that you get to experience as a result. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye for now.